All right, Norton Elementary School, elementary and middle school, I said good morning. How would y'all like to start school off like this every day? All right, great. Hey, real quick, this is one of the few times that we can get our entire school together. Do you guys mind if I take a selfie with you? All right, here we go. Everybody smile, okay?
All right, say cheese.
All right, thank you. Thank you, and good morning again. I would like to welcome everyone to the City of Norton's annual Walk to School event. We are so excited to take part in this event as part of the National Safe Routes to School program. And as you know, with the completion of the new wall at the other end of the city and the adjoining sidewalks, many of our students now truly have a safe route to walk to school. I applaud the leadership of Mr. Ramey and City Council for seeing this project to completion primarily through the acquisition of state and federal grants. This project is going to have an impact on the City of Norton from an aesthetic standpoint for many years to come. However, more importantly, this project has the potential to help the citizens of Norton improve their current health and well-being. You know, we already know that physical activity makes our body and our heart healthier. However, you may not know that studies show that physical activity improves brain function, the ability to concentrate, and overall intellectual performance. Believe it or not, physical activity has even been shown to improve student behavior and school attendance. So by encouraging our students to be more physically active and then providing a safe way to do so, the City of Norton is making an impact that will have generational significance. So again, on behalf of the students of Norton City Schools, I'd like to thank Mr. Ramey and City Council for their leadership, and welcome to the 2015 Walk to School Day. Thank you. Good morning. I just want you to know, from this vantage point up here, it's such a beautiful sight to see this many kids ready to walk to school on this beautiful morning. And I sincerely appreciate each one of you for being here today. How many of you, raise your hand, how many of you participated in the 2013 Walk to School Day, which was 2 years ago? If you're like me, it seems like it's been forever. It seems like it's been a lot more than 2 years. And this project has been a lot more than 2 years. We've all driven past this project. We've seen it progress over the almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December. But what some of you may not know is how long it's actually taken to get this project to where it's at today. Our very first grant application that we wrote, I went back and looked in the files yesterday, was dated December 2006. And ever since 2006, there's been somebody working on this project to get us to where we are today. And part of what we want to do is introduce you to some of those team members that's been here. We know everybody wants to get on the sidewalk and start walking, and we'll try to go as quickly as possible, but I do think it's important to introduce you to some of the people that's actually made this happen. But before we talk about our team, we have a very special guest here today that got up extra early, drove a pretty good distance to be here today, and that's our very own Delegate Terry Kilgore. So at this point, I'd like to ask Delegate Kilgore to come forward and make a few comments.
Well, good morning. Y'all ready to walk? All right. Well, it's great to be here with you on the Walk to School Day, and it's great to be here with the city and to compliment them on what they've been able to do here with the walkway and the wall up here. It's a great asset to the city of Norton, and I look forward to walking with you to school. So, walking is great for your health, and I just look forward to seeing a lot of you walking to school in the future. So great to be here with you this morning, and I'll turn it back over to Fred. Thank you, Fred.
So when we start talking about our team starts here locally, and from my standpoint, that team starts with the elected officials. And we've been very fortunate over the years that because this project has been so long that we've always had 100% support of our city council, both past and present. And at this point, I'd like to ask our Vice Mayor, Joe Fallbush, to come forward and speak on behalf of City Council.
Thank you, Mr. Fred. Good morning, everyone. We have a beautiful day today, don't we? All right. Thank you for coming out this morning. The last time I was here in 2013, I said you may remember I said next year we're going to have a brand new sidewalk to walk on. Well, I missed it by that much. But listen, even the best laid plans will come to problems, and we have to work through that. But we are near completion. We have good members on our team. We have Mattern and Craig, DMME. We have come together as a team, and this project is about ready to be completed. And I guess the lesson in that is if you want something bad enough, keep working toward it, and it will happen. It will happen. So, and I want to invite you to use the walk not only in the mornings to walk to school and to walk home from the evenings, but get out in the evenings at dusk and take a walk up the sidewalk. It's very beautiful in the evening with the lights, and you can run, you can use your bicycle, you can walk. Please, it's a multi-purpose sidewalk, and I invite you to use it each and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Falrich. A project of this size and scope is not possible, especially for a community of our size, without funding partners. And as Dr. Perigin noted, we were able to get substantial federal and state grants to assist us with that. But part of our project team that I want to introduce you to is a couple of those funding agencies that's been a part of this project. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Steve Buston with Virginia Department of Transportation, who will make a few comments. Actually, he's on the phone, so we're going to bypass him for a second. Let me talk a little bit about VDOT. VDOT's project for the funds, they had an initiative called Safe Routes to School. You've heard that term used a few times today. And we could think of no better project than, most of you remember how unsafe the sidewalk was, especially with vehicles and the type of fence we had there. So most of the VDOT funds paid for the sidewalk, the lights, and the street improvements. We didn't really realize how dangerous there were other portions of the project and where some of the other dangers lie until we got into this. And at that point in time, we contacted the Division of Mines, Minerals, and Energy and had them come up. And from day one, they saw it, and they were very concerned about some of the things that they saw, and they immediately became a part of this project and a very critical part of this project, and we really couldn't have done it without them. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Tara Kesterson from the Division of Mine, Mineral, and Energy.
Thank you. Well, hi, I'm Tara from the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy. It's great to see all of you out here today. I want you to know that our agency is all about safety first, then the environment, and also making good use out of former mine lands. So when we got the call in November of 2007, does anybody remember that time and what happened here on Park Street? A big boulder rolled in the road. So we had an emergency declaration. We got our crews up here, some contractors, spent some money to make sure that didn't happen again. And that's all thanks to abandoned mine land funds. Does anybody know where those come from? Raise your hand if you do. We got some smart kids out here. Well, let me ask you, does anybody know anybody that works in coal mining? All right, well, when you see that person, you tell them thank you, because they mine coal, we're able to have this project today. That's exactly where our abandoned mine land funds come from, are the coal miners and their work and a tax on the coal that they produce. So thanks to all the coal miners. This is a high wall elimination project. That's what we refer to it as. And the high wall, of course, was a result of mining that happened here in 1920 to 1960. And so DMME was able to contribute over $3.1 million to make sure that this project is safe for you. And it couldn't be done without our boots on the ground, the most important people. They're over here. That's Bubba, he's holding the camera, and Ken next to him. So you can just give them a wave and a thank you for all the work they've done making sure this project was completed. And of course, we began working with all these phenomenal people on January 23rd, 2014 to get rid of the dangerous high wall and some of the area that was sliding to make sure that there were no rocks in the road or debris in your way as you walk to school. So most importantly, it's nice to see property that was formerly mined turn into something this beneficial. So thanks to everyone for seeing this opportunity and what started as just another project for us, and congratulations on creating a truly safe route to school. And have fun today, everyone.
Okay, so now you've heard from about the funding agencies and how critical that was for us to get the project started. So once we had the funding, we then had to hire an engineering firm to come in and do a lot of analysis and review of the site and come up so they could come up with a plan to fix all the problems that we had. So we hired the firm Mattern and Craig, which is a Roanoke-based firm but with offices in Kingsport and Johnson City. And today we have with us engineer Dave Wilson to talk to us.
Thank you, Fred. Good morning. Good to see you all out here. We hope you have fun on your walk today. I think just about everything I was going to say has already been said. Don't want you all to underestimate how difficult this project really was. There were lots of issues that had to be taken care of and lots of things to come together, and it was a coordination issue more than anything. As has been stated, we would like to recognize the funding agencies for all of their help, particularly VDOT through what is called the Safe Routes to Schools program. A considerable portion of the money used for this project came from that program as administered through VDOT at the Bristol District and Mr. Buston here. The goals of that were to create a safe environment and to get the kids back into physical activity, walking and biking. So we think that's going to definitely be the case. Secondary, again, also you all know the high wall issue, and Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy becoming involved was essential, and I think really made this project come together. I don't want to underestimate what they contributed and how much they contributed. I think it really made it work. And lastly, of course, as has been mentioned, I want you all to really consider what the City Council did here. Without their patience and without them sticking by the project and moving forward, it could not have happened. As Mr. Paul Bush has indicated this morning, and really want to give thanks to Fred Ramey. You got to have someone local to be the spark plug that keeps things going, and Fred has done that for you guys. I want y'all to, anytime you see him, to ask him about the law. I don't think you'll ever forget it. I have with me today, actually, I always get to get up and say things and take credit, but a few of the people from our office I'd like to give credit to. Stephen Duty, Katrina Price, and Brian Newman is here with me. And Brian's going to tell you a couple of things about the law just real quick here. Thank you all.
Good morning, guys. How's everybody? Just wanted to tell you a few fun facts about the wall. I think everybody knows how big it is. It's pretty amazing when you see it in real life after you've looked at it on the page for so long. But I wanted to let you know, if you look at the wall itself, there's 5 tiers up there. And there's actually 8,816 individual blocks that they stack to complete the wall. That's actually 16 blocks for each one of you little students, or 245 blocks for each of the teachers. If you take the weight of all of the individual blocks together, it's over 20 million pounds of concrete. That's actually over 10,000 tons, or as many as 2,000 big elephants all put together. If you take the length of the blocks and you were to stack them end to end, it's actually 33,800 feet long, which is about 6.5 miles, or the distance between here and Norton all the way to Big Stone Gap. If you notice during the construction, we used a lot of gravel. You can imagine the length of the blocks, the height of the wall, and the gravel put behind it. We actually used over 20,000 tons of gravel behind the wall, which is enough to fill the old school pool, if you remember that, over 25 times. Or you could actually fill 1,500 individual yellow school buses with all the rock that we put behind the block wall. So I hope you guys enjoy your walk today and enjoy what we've created for Norton. On behalf of all the engineers and the contractors in the city of Norton, we really appreciate this project and we're very proud of it. Thank you.
So, you've heard from the engineers. They developed a plan, and that plan then had to be constructed. So we went through a bid process, which we're required to do, and the firm that received the bid for that project is Thomas Construction out of Johnson City, Tennessee. And today we have with us Bill Thomas of Thomas Construction to make a few remarks as well.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm the guy responsible and my crews for making this big mess for the past few years. There's a lot of people to thank. I think most everybody's been thanked, and I was a small part of a big team. The big thanks I have is to you guys as the community that put up with us for so long. It was a tough road to hoe, but we're really proud of the product that's there now, and we're really hoping you guys enjoy it. And y'all have fun and enjoy the walk. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. So now, you've heard about the project, you heard about how it was funded, you heard about how it was designed, you heard about how it was constructed. Now what are we going to do with it? So we have with us today Dr. Sue Cantrell, who is the director of the Leonard Wesco Health District. It's going to talk to us about the importance of using this important asset and infrastructure we have in our community.
Good morning. Thank you. As you know, in our area and our region really struggles with some chronic diseases, arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. And most of those that I just mentioned are all linked a risk factor for being overweight or obese. There's three things that we can do to address pretty much 80% of our health issues here. One is not to use tobacco, and number two is to be more physically active. And I applaud the leadership of the City of Norton and your school for making a healthy choice easier. That's the key. We need facilities and resources that we can step out our front doors and walk on or be physically active in the park here, not places where you can drive to and pay memberships are great too and they be part of it, but to really make it easy and something we can do every day are projects just like this. And I applaud it. I hope to see people out on it 24/7. Take your parents, take your grandparents, take your neighbors, kids, just go walk. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Hey, first of all, I'd like to just say a big shout out to all of our students. Guys, I know this has been a long time for you to stand and listen to adults talk about adult things. But hopefully you understand that this is going to be something that you can use to walk on and to ride your bikes. And it's going to be a lot of fun walking to school this morning. I'm going to go off program just for one last second because I think it's really important to recognize some folks that are really responsible for this. Mr. Ramey and Mr. Fallbush, would y'all come forward just for 1 second? They're going to be really mad at me. Hey guys, can we give a big greater thank you to Mr. Fallbush and to Mr. Ramey for making this wall and this walk possible. Yeah, this project started before most of you guys were born. And then also I'd like to, sometimes the people behind the scenes, they don't get credit, and usually they don't want credit, but Elijah Roof has put an amazing amount of work into making this day possible. So Coach Roof, thank you very much, back in the back. All right, and so without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the 2015 Walk to School Day started, and we're going to let all of our pre-kindergarten students start the day off. So there you go, walk to Miss Walford. Everybody be safe, have a great day, and go Raiders!